What's up YouTube? It's Matt with Galaxy Games 843 back with another video. This time it's a 2-week collection video at our laundromat and our break and alignment shop. So what's really cool about this video this week is check out the sales that we had at the laundromat. I've never seen our inventory so depleted before. Now true, we did go 2 weeks on this collection, but I've never seen this many sales at this location before. Those cans of soda are so low, so I'm very excited. And I quickly found out why we did so well at the laundromat for these past 2 weeks. So as I was leaving, I noticed a sign that said they were doing free dry February. So what that means is any customer that's visiting the laundromat only has to pay for the washing machines and not the dryers. The dryers are free for the whole month of February. So with that said, I made sure that I quickly stocked this machine back up because look at that grape soda and the orange soda. We were almost out. Very, very low. Coke was way low. Look, I mean, the only thing that didn't sell is the Diet Mountain Dew, which, you know, I expected that as well because Diet Mountain Dew almost never sells. So with that said, I got my inventory done. Let's go ahead and get some of these sodas stocked back up. So we're going to start with the Coke. And I think I actually put 3 12-packs of Coke in here because it was so low. So let's go ahead and put those 12 packs of Coke in there. And while I'm doing that, just see, I ripped that little flap off the package. And on that flap was a code for Coke rewards. So how many of you out there collect codes or even know what those codes do? Because I tried to research it one day and I really couldn't even figure it out. So if you know what those codes do, or if you collect those codes, comment down below and tell me what you do with those codes because I'm very interested. And if I get enough comments of interest for the codes, I'll start showing the codes in the video so that the first person that can jot it down can enter those codes because I sure have no use for them. So like I said, if you know what they're for or if you use them, comment down below and tell me tell me the 411 on those codes. If I get enough interest, I'll start showing the codes on camera for, like I said, the quickest person to write down and use. Alright, so with that said, we got 2 of the 3 12-packs stocked up, and I noticed the Coke 12-packs are harder to break down than the Pepsi 12-packs this week. They must use a stronger glue, I don't know. So let's go ahead and finish stocking the Coke back up, and then we'll move on to, I think, the Fantas next. And I only brought 1 12-pack of each Fanta with me, or I probably could have fit 2. So I'll have to remember that the next time I go back to service this machine. Also, on a quick note, our high security lock seems to be doing well. No break-ins this week, so that's always a good thing. And maybe there's been a lot more customers at the laundromat this month too with this free dry February, so that could help with security too. Because when there's more people around, I would imagine that any thief might be less likely to break the law, so to speak. Alright, so let's go ahead and get those orange Fantas stocked back up, and then we'll move on to the grape. Like I said, I wish I would have brought at least 1 more 12-pack of each. But I don't know if you saw at the beginning of the video, the back of my SUV was filled full of sodas, and I think I only took 2 12-packs. Look, you can kind of see how much is back there. I only took 2 12-packs back home to put on my inventory rack, because our locations did so well this week, or these 2 weeks I should say. You know, I normally would have been here on a weekly basis, but last week, remember, we were at the arcade pinball vending coin-op auction in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. If you haven't checked that video out, I'm going to put the card right here. So make sure you click on that after this video is over to check out how the auction went, and we'll move on from there. Alright, we're getting the grape Fanta stocked back up, and I'm going to take a few back out because I wasn't sure that the lever to activate the sold out light was depressed, so I had to make sure that that was taken care of. So I'm going to fill the rest of those back up, and then we're going to close that gate and then move on to the Pepsis. Alright, so quickly, all the sodas I have in this machine, which are Coke, Fanta Orange, Fanta Grape, Diet Mountain Dew, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew, comment down below with your favorite soda of those 6. The most popular one in this machine seems to be the Coke, and then Pepsi and Mountain Dew are kind of tied for second, and then the Orange and Grape are third and fourth, and then Diet Mountain Dew is obviously last. So while I'm actually stocking the Pepsi back up, it was a very cold morning here in Charleston, South Carolina. It was probably 43 degrees. Of course, it's since warmed up since then, but I wasn't sure that my sodas were cold enough because my hands were so cold. So when I was stocking things up, I started kind of getting curious if the machine was working properly. So you might see me touching the inside of the machine and making sure I can feel if it's cold, because like I said, it was so cold this morning I couldn't really tell if my machine was cooling properly, but all seemed well. I think I figured it out. Alright, get that last Pepsi up there, and then let's get those Mountain Dews in there. Wait till you see the collection this week. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited with how good these machines did. We'll take our last two 12-packs over there because we're gonna put 2 Mountain Dews in here. Here goes that Mountain Dew. Oh, while we're stocking this up too, let's talk about some of the things we got coming up. So we've got some new locations we're just about to finalize. One is really cool. The other one is a pretty standard location. The one that's really cool might even open up extra future business, so I'm very hopeful for that. More news to come on that. Obviously, I'm not going to disclose anything until it's a done deal. I don't want to jinx anything or mess anything up. But the one location is going to be awesome if we can finalize the deal. So I'm in talks with them right now, and hopefully we'll have that taken care of very, very soon. The other one, like I said, just a normal place. Both of them want snack machines, not soda machines. So, hey, we're going to do what they want. Check out how many quarters are in there. That box was so heavy. It took me a minute to pour those out. Look how full the bank bag is, full of quarters. And I guess there's some nickels in there too. Yeah, at the laundromat, it always does so well with quarters, because everyone's got extra change. And look at that red stack for the laundromat. That's one of our best pulls from the laundromat cash box. So I was very excited with that. The laundromat did awesome these past 2 weeks, and thank goodness the owners of the laundromat are doing that free dry February. That really helps out. So here I am. I'm just checking the coin mech to make sure there's no jams. Many videos ago we had those jams, and ever since then I've been paranoid about it. So let's get that machine locked up, closed up, locked up, and secured, and then we're going to move on to our next location. Alright, we're at the break and alignment shop, and I'm going to pull a Coke and a Mountain Dew to start. And you see I got my box of Nestle Crunch there because you know how much they love Nestle Crunch at this location. And I've got my commission envelope there. I'm going to go take that. Hey, there's the business owner. There we go. I'm going to give that to him. You notice there's a customer right there on that dreaded couch. So I'm going to have to work within the confines of that small little space because I didn't want to bother the customer. She was elbow deep in a game of Candy Crush, and we all know how that goes. Well, not me, but I'm sure some of you out there do. I still never understood that game, but it is what it is. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and I skipped the inventory or doing my counts for this video because it was already getting so long. So let's just go ahead right to the stocking. I'm going to put some Mountain Dew and some Coke in there, and I think I'm going to run out to the car and get some more because look how low the Coke is, and we already knew Mountain Dew was going to be low because it was lower the last time we came here. So we made sure that we added some more of that. Let's go ahead and get the Coke stocked back up, and then we'll throw that 12-pack of Mountain Dew, and then we'll go get some more. So while we're doing that, I'm still looking for a replacement machine for this location. Definitely need a smaller machine for this location. Again, I hate the Nesquik machine. I hate that there's the Nesquik graphics on it. I love the machine, but it's just not right for this location. Again, it's too big. So we're going to pull that one out, and we're going to find a smaller machine for that location. But the snack machine is just right. But also notice, too, in the snack machine, and we're going to get to that in just a minute, there's some things that just don't sell. So I think I'm going to try a trick that I've seen on some of the vending Facebook groups. I'm going to tape like a list or something, a blank list we'll call it, to the machine and ask for suggestions of what employees and customers want to see in that snack machine. Obviously, they like the Nestle Crunch, but if they don't like chips and they want more chocolate, I can make that happen, but I don't know. So I'm going to add one of those lists so employees can write down suggestions. I'm going to see if I can find like a little pen with a magnet or something that I can stick to the machine. So that way, customers and employees can make suggestions on what they'd like to see in that machine, and then maybe my sales will pick up out of that snack machine. It did pretty well because we had lots of Nestle Crunch in there. Both coils of Nestle Crunch did sell out in those 2 weeks. So I made sure I stocked them both back up, and I almost used that whole box I brought. Let's see, yeah, I grabbed one more Mountain Dew and I grabbed the root beer. Even though we don't need to stock the root beer, I'm going to put that root beer down in the secret stash box of the snack machine. So we're just going to fill up the one more 12-pack of Mountain Dew, and then we'll go ahead and collect from that machine, and then we'll move on to the snack machine. So by this point, you're probably tired of watching me fill up sodas, but I feel like I filled up a lot of sodas this week, and that is a good problem to have. So I was excited. Our machines did so well these past 2 weeks. It almost makes me think maybe, just maybe, I can push 2-week collections on all my machines. At least for now. Once it picks back up a little bit more, once the weather gets nicer, it probably won't work as well at the laundromat. And I think I'm still going to go weekly, at least for this month, since they're doing that free dry promotion for the month of February. Again, that's really cool for driving sales to me, so I'm very excited that they are doing that. All right, let's go ahead and collect from the Royal 660. There's a Royal 650. One of the two. I can't remember right now. So not a lot of change, and that's okay. We never usually have a lot of change in this machine. We always have way more dollar bills than change. So we'll go ahead and pull those out. If I can grab a hold of them. There was one pesky dollar. There we go. Got that stack out, and it did okay. Not too bad. So we'll go ahead and get that zipped up and lock that machine up. And it did take me 3 attempts to lock this machine, but I edited that out because you don't want to see that anymore. So we got that machine locked up, and we're going to move on to the snack machine. So let's finalize that up. Click the lock in, and there we go. All right, time to open up the snack machine. This is a USI snack machine. It's perfect size for this location. We're going to go ahead and put that up. See the Candy Crush game going on over there? She did end up moving while I was working on this machine, so I was able to actually get in there a little bit better afterwards. I think her vehicle was ready, so she went up to the counter to, I guess, finalize her payment or whatever it was. All right, so we got the snack machine opened up, and look at that. We got both coils of the Nestle Crunch empty. There was the one on the right there and the one on the left on the second column. And there's only 3 Snickers left, so I know that when I come back to this location, I better have a box of Snickers. So they obviously like Snickers, and we know they like Nestle Crunch. There must be some chocolate-loving people in this location. So maybe they'd like Kit Kat, maybe they'd like Reese Cups. I need to find out, and that's what I'm going to do. Because they don't seem to really care much for the Skittles. I don't think I've maybe sold 1 or 2 bags of Skittles the whole time I've had this location. So those Skittles probably can do better somewhere else. So we're stocking those Nestle Crunch up. And we're going to do more of that on the next shelf as well. There we go. Bottom shelf should be good to go. I'm checking my inventory. I'm like, oh, do I have more Snickers in here? No, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't have more Snickers. So I think I'm just going to buy the bulk box of Snickers on my next trip to Sam's Club. That way I don't have to worry about extra Skittles or extra M&Ms, things like that. I'll just have the Snickers, which is what they want. Alright, this is my problem tray. I always have trouble putting that tray back in, but it did sell some peanut M&Ms. I'm going to put some of those back in the coils there. So they're all fully stocked up. And then we're going to go for more Nestle Crunch. Here we go. Alright. So I think I used about 3/4 of that box just on one service visit this time. So I guess on my next trip I'll probably need to buy another box of these too, because by the time I go back, they'll probably have those Nestle Crunch all cleared out. Alright, let's see me struggle putting that. What else do I got? I got one more. There we go. Looked like one of the M&Ms on the front might have fallen off or something. I don't know. So here I am struggling to put that shelf back in. It's always catching on something. It takes me 7 or 8 tries to get it back in. Let's see if I can get it. I'm still struggling. There we go. Finally got that shelf back in. That thing is a pain in the you-know-what. Alright, so now I'm going to just kind of work with my excess box of snacks there. I'm just going to kind of fill things in wherever I can. And I'm probably going to end up pulling that excess box of snacks to help stock my new locations once I finalize those. Because like I said, they're both going to be snack machines. And one of them is going to want a lot of, not a lot of candy. So I am going to definitely probably end up pulling some of those. And spending a lot of money at Sam's Club coming up to set these locations up. But it's going to be worth it because you got to spend money to make money. Alright, so also while I'm here, I decided to do a little maintenance work on the coloring of the placement of the different things. Some of the previous vendors in the Facebook groups talked about not having too many colors of the same packaging right next to each other, so I had a lot of red across the whole top row, so I'm going to put a blue item in there and kind of break that red color up. And I moved some blue down to the second column next to the red there as well, so I think it all, once it's all said and done, should flow pretty well. It should be more appealing to the eye, which might help me get some more sales. So I'm excited to see how that's going to work out. So I'm just going to do some general maintenance and make sure everything's stocked up. Go through everything in my little excess box there. I wanted that to look nice. And I moved everything sideways so the labels were easier to read. So maybe customers would have a better time making decisions on what to buy if the things were more aesthetically pleasing in there. And now I'm just cramming anything I can back there just to make sure those columns are filled. I had some excess. I think those are barbecue chips left over from my Wise variety pack. So I'm just filling things where I can at this point. Maybe I'll have maybe I'll have some more things to put in it once I get some suggestions from the employees and customers, and that might help me going forward with what to buy for this location. Alright, we did sell some Cheez-Its this week too. We had a lull in Cheez-Its, and now we're back up on the Cheez-Its. I think because we had Cheese Puffs in there, and those are all sold out now, so now we're back on the Cheez-Its. Alright, so we got everything all stocked up. Now it's time to do our collection, and I was actually quite surprised with how well the snack machine did this 2 weeks. Change, like I said, never a lot of change, and that's okay. People get 3/4 back when they put $2 in usually. But look at this stack. This stack was a nice stack of ones in the snack machine. That's probably one of our best collections from this machine ever. So having those 2 empty rows and almost 1 empty row of candy bars really helped with our collection at this location. So we'll go ahead and lock that machine up, and then we're going to follow up on one other topic that we've talked about in the past. So let's see what that is going to be next. Move that couch back, and then it's time to move on out of this location. Alright, so here is an update. Here's the abandoned car wash, and we're checking on the abandoned soda, and I think it's an air freshener and different auto supply vending machine. So as you can see, we were here before. The vandals had attempted to break into these machines. They got into that USI machine with the air fresheners over there, but they weren't able to get anything out of this Dixie Narco 501. So just kind of a status update. I wanted to check in on it today. I have been in contact, and I have confirmed this is a Pepsi-owned machine. It has an asset tag on the side, and we have confirmed that Pepsi does own the machine. So now I'm in the waiting process of waiting for Pepsi to give me a call back to find out what their plan of action is for this machine. Are they going to pick it up? Do they mind if I pick it up? I think this would be a great follow-up video sometime if we can pick this machine up, open it up, see how much money's inside, see what parts are salvageable, see what works, see what doesn't. Obviously it's been laying on its side for who knows how long. Probably not going to be a good machine to operate, especially with part of the front door ripped off. So I think if we can get permission to pick this machine up, it's going to be a great video for us to open it up, again, see the money, and we can take parts out of it that we can use in other machines, and then we'll probably just end up taking the rest for scrap. because it's been laying on its side for too long. So let's go look at this other machine. So you can see there's a bunch of broken glass inside. There's a bunch of old air fresheners. The dollar bill acceptor is missing. There's probably not a whole lot of change in that machine. I really have no interest in this machine for parts, but I did want to take a look at it because I did notice it was similar to our snack machine at the break and alignment shop. So just wanted to kind of fill everyone in. I'm still working on getting permission to get more access to that Pepsi machine. More news to come on that. All right, let's see how we did this week. Let's count our money. All right, again, this is 2 locations for 2 weeks. We got our dollar bills and we've already rolled our coins. So let's see, we've got $103 bills plus $90 in quarters plus some extra change. We made $200 this week. So very cool. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We really need the support. We're just about to break the 250 subscriber threshold. Thanks everyone so far. We really appreciate the support, so give us a like, comment down below with your favorite thing about our videos or what you'd like to see. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Matt with Galaxy Games 843. We'll see you next time.